I think one of the things that has turned me off lately to pedals is just the insane hype train around certain items that have come out. And
Yeah.
look, I get, people, if they're familiar with ToneJunkie, are going to be like, what is this guy talking about? He's like the hypiest person ever, right? Like, okay, but there's just some pedals out there that it's like a ton of hype. People buy them, and then you never hear about them again. And I'm not going to mention any names. There's a particular manufacturer that seems to just really be able to hype every release, and then I just don't hear I just don't hear people talk about them much after a certain amount of time, and I don't.
I bet I know exactly who you're talking about.
I don't even necessarily think they're bad pedals. I have a couple of them. I have one or two of them, and it's just that, and it's not even their fault. It's not even the company doing anything. It's just this crazy thing. Like every pedal is like the King of Tone killer, you know, which is like, at this point, it's like the King of Tone is Michael Jordan, and you just compare everyone's stats. Like, is LeBron better yet? Like, no, I don't know. Compare his stats, and so it's kind of a weird thing. You want to know the worst pedal that I ever got that I just could never wrap my head around?
What?
And these guys make other really great pedals, and if they didn't, I wouldn't beat up on them. But the Chase Bliss Brothers, to me, is a pedal that I just could never figure out.
I remember that.
What are we?
That had
What
a
is
lot of
anyone?
hype.
A ton of hype, and I don't get it. I never could figure out, like, what did this thing do really great. The King of Tone, it sounds great, and it just is like mid forward, and I personally really like the distortion mode, the hard clipping mode in it. I
That's
like
why
the
mine's set
overdrive
to on the
too.
red side.
Yeah, that's how I do my, and I like the overdrive also, but I just think that heavier tone is so great. And I actually every week play a profile of that pedal on the hard clipping side through an AC30, and that's like one of my main tones. It's not super gained up, but I just dig the sound of that thing.
Yeah. Do you think? I mean, just anecdotally, I feel like so much of that hype tends to stem from the P and Dub crowd.
Oh, it's all them. Yeah, it's
I
all
feel
them.
like it's, I mean, obviously there's a lot going on the gear page outside of that. That kind of is a train that, builds up a lot of hype in that way as well. But just anecdotally, and this is obviously, I'm somebody that has not been in the pedal market for 3 years. You get the King of Tone because you have the opportunity to get the King of Tone. As you said,
Right.
it's, it's supposedly that good, which I think it is. I think it's an amazing pedal. I actually did a full video comparing it to the Helix, actually, which
Yeah.
was just a beast to shoot. But and I think it showed that the King of Tone is really a fantastic pedal. Also showed that the Helix isn't far off. In a lot of cases, it's pretty
Yeah.
close, but that's a whole other thing. But I think just as I'm cruising Facebook for groups or forums and stuff, yeah, you see this brand new overdrive that comes out and it's the end of the world. This is the best thing that's ever happened. It's going to it's going to change the game forever. You see it for
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
a month, and then after that it's gone, and you see them for sale for the next, year. And it's
Yeah.
so interesting to me because it's so consistent. It happens every time. It's like
Yeah.
it's Groundhog Day, just over and over.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. This is the most controversial thing I'll say today. I really like Joey Landreth. I met Joey Landreth, super nice guy. But if I see a demo and someone's playing a slide, that tells me nothing about how it will sound for my Sunday morning, like,
Yeah.
Hillsong intro. It's just not the same thing, right? So that could be a really great, but I think, man, there's always, people have always wanted to play the gear of Stevie Ray Vaughan. They've always wanted to play the gear of